Hello and welcome back to Mechabellum, where today we've got a plan. A plan to ruin our opponent's day by any means necessary. And specifically, we're going to be using snipers. Over-leveled snipers that, well, they take care of anything and everything on this field. We're going ahead and start off with crawlers and mustangs with our super sniper, courtesy of the marksman specialist start. To get this rolling, we'll put you over here and two more snipers, one over here and one over here. And let's see. So our opponent has sledgehammers and fangs. With sledgehammers and fangs, that's some swarm to deal with as well as mid-range. The sledges die individually on one shot to our leveled sniper. However, the level 1 sniper requires 2 shots, so as long as we can cut through the fangs, we will eventually clear out those tanks. It's just unfortunate that our snipers on the right side are a little pinned down to those fangs there, so we need to invest a little bit more into our chaff clear. But once we do that, we should be able to get to the sledges in time. As we see the sledges there. They're getting closer. Oh no, our starter super sniper is having a bad day. He's getting surrounded and, well, he's wasting his incredibly powerful shots on the individual fangs. And that's the power of swarm. Alright, so we've barely won the first round here. I'm going to take shield device specialist, but I'm not going to use shields for a hot moment here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab 2 more mustangs and just put them generally here. This should be enough to deal with chaff for most of the game. So any kind of swarm happens, we can upgrade to high explosive ammo. If they go air swarm, we can get aerial specialist. That kind of deal. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. The question and the problem we're going to encounter are these sledgehammers because, well, sledgehammered kind of strong. Now this super leveled sniper that we started with, still quite good. Does it quite one shot? It does still one shot these level 2 sledgehammers, but oh boy, that's going to be a problem if we ever have to deal with them using these level 1 marksmen. We desperately need those higher level marksmen on the field, like as soon as possible. But now that we have mustangs for our chaff clear, our anti-swarm units, we should be able to get our snipers onto target with reasonable speed. And once those snipers are on target, they will start clearing out those heavier tanks. All we need now is higher tiered snipers to get the job done. And that is something we can invest in. Of course, the big problem that we're going to encounter is our opponent knows what they're doing and is putting swarm units behind the tanks. So the tanks are getting overran by those swarm units once the snipers get involved, and suddenly we have to deal with a second wave of anti-swarm, which may mean I will need some storm callers in it, which is probably going to happen soon. But for now, we definitely need to invest into more snipers. Because the reality is, the strongest unit in this game is any unit that has more levels than the opponent. So if we can get higher leveled units than our opponents, then we're going to have an extreme advantage. Which means that we need to get our snipers on the field so they can start racking up that XP. Oh boy. Well, round 2 goes to our opponent. Did those tanks level up? Oh no, those tanks leveled up again! The chances of that happening are quite low, but alas, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to incendiary my side because I don't really need to send my units over there, at least not until we win that side. So we're going to invest into a couple more snipers here, and here. There we go. Upgrade you, upgrade you. Unfortunately, that is now a level 3 sledgehammer, which, or at least should be a level 3 sledgehammer from our opponent. Looks like they're going to wipe out the entirety of my flank on that side, which is not amazing for me, because every single one of my units here dies to this. Technically, his tanks do survive my fire, but I do have some, I do have some snipers there that should be able to finish them off. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Okay. As long as we can keep these sledgehammers from getting another level, we should be pretty okay here. The problem is, I think we can't stop them from getting another level. Oh, they didn't get another level. Oh, good lord. Yeah, that fire on the right side truly did a number on us. But it looks like the tanks are running through the fire, which is great for me. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Well, given the flame situation, I'm not too concerned about this round. But it is what it is. Orbital Javelin. You know, that's a great way to... Good lord. All of these are terrible to deal with. Missile Strike is not going to clean up any of these tanks, so I'm not going to take it. Ion Blast and Orbital Javelin. I'm going to take Orbital Javelin. It guarantees that we remove a tank here. And I'm going to remove this tank specifically. Keep these snipers upgrading. And then range on you. And what else do we want here? I would like level 2 snipers, but I don't see that happening. So I'm going to use a sentry missile here to remove these 2 tanks specifically. If you notice, they're very close to leveling up, and I would just prefer that not happen. I'm curious to see what our opponent takes. Our opponent looks like they took nothing. Okay, so we've removed those tanks. They only have that 1 level 3 sledgehammer here. It's got range, which is terrifying, but it's still not longer range than our snipers. Specifically, it's 135 meter range, where our marksmen are at 180 meters. So as long as we can keep them back, we'll be okay. My concern is that these sledgehammers are going to be feasting on our, well, the rest of our units. Oh, it's so much. But we break the left side pretty harshly, which you'll love to see it. And on the right side, they still have chaff. Oh no. All those fangs coming from behind. Very good strategy. Highly recommend it. It's enough to distract our snipers for an extended period of time. But alas, we've broken the left side so hard that we just walk on through. Of course, this round came off the back of multiple utilities used. Photon emission. I don't really need photon emission. Missile strike, I guess I'll take it to remove one of these fangs. These sledgehammers leveled up, although these didn't, which is exactly what I was hoping to see. We'll upgrade these guys so they can deal with the fangs just that much better. We need 2 more snipers. We'll get a 3rd sniper as well. Put them here, and here, and... middle with this one? We'll do middle with this one. Let's start the middle snipers. Now we'll do over here to match the other side. Perfect symmetry. Alright, so this missile is specifically aimed at these fangs, just so we don't have them walking in later. But I wouldn't mind also trying to hit those tanks. It'll damage them. Those tanks are leveled. Now there's a fortress. There's 2 fortresses on the field. Oh no! It's going to guard those tanks, which means those tanks are going to get XP to level up next round. Looks like they are going to missile us here, although those snipers might get out of the missile in time. They do. It does hit our crawlers, though, which is not amazing for us. Okay. So notice how snipers are very good at dealing single target damage. So those fortresses just did nothing, like, at all. Which, I love to see that one. Like, they spend on giant units and got nothing out of it. And now our snipers, well... We didn't really deal with the chaff quite well enough, so our snipers are still shooting fangs rather than tanks, and the tanks are just going to walk up and shoot our snipers, which is not ideal at all. So our opponent is going to take this round. So we need to do 2 things. We need to get increased damage on our snipers so they can deal with those tanks better, as well as deal with those fortresses. We also need to get a little bit better on the anti-swarm units. So I think the way to deal with that, at least for us, is going to be Mustangs. If we can get some splash damage on these, that would be amazing. We're going to get bonus damage via Elite Marksman on the snipers. Going to be using an energy shield here in order to protect these snipers just a little bit better. Yeah, we'll put this guy here. Upgrade this one. We don't have any more money left, so we can't upgrade again. However, that's not going to stop me from utilizing our ability here. Let's find a unit that with the least amount of XP. That's this one, which just leveled up. So we'll give them the XP to level up once more. Looks like these fortresses are being given the energy shield and the range upgrade, so now they will actually be able to shoot at targets. Ideally, probably before going down. Yeah, they should get the shields, but just immediately get dropped by our snipers. Those shields are down, and the fortresses are not far behind. God, they do so much damage. Okay, and look how much quicker we clear through the fangs with those high explosive upgrades. Our snipers are immediately on target with the tanks, which is great to see. And now the snipers are actually getting onto the tanks and clearing them out. Of course, those fangs walking in from behind are still going to be an issue, but it is not so much of an issue that our snipers can't clear them out. Of course, snipers, because of their extreme range, they can just kind of sit back and remove targets while the enemies walk into us. At some points, our snipers are going to be getting so long range that they never need to move at all, which is going to be great. Oh no, parasitic ammo. It's too good to pass up. I just hate to see it because now this is a parasitic ammo game. We need to be prioritizing upgrades here for these, because this is also a round with incendiary, which is an item which will absolutely win the round if it is played at all. We're going to have to deal with that. So what I'm going to do here is... Do we incendiary? Which side do we incendiary? Left side? That's fine. I'm going to be incendiarying my half, casting a firewall on my half, so that, well, the opponents can't stop me. And I'm going to be covering pretty much everything here, just to make sure that our Mustangs don't get hit by it too hard. I would have loved to get the quick reload option here, this round, but that's not going to be happening. Not this round, at least. Quick reload, of course, doubles the attack speed, which enables, well, more to happen. Let's see. This guy has 49 eliminations, which is second most on the team. I assume behind... Sorry, third most on the team. Yeah, first and second are on these Mustangs. So I'm going to put it on this guy here. The reason I'm putting it on a sniper is because every time the sniper shoots, it gets a kill. And so over the entire course of the game, he's just going to be constantly getting kills. And every time it shoots is going to cause the enemy AI to panic. Alright, a beautiful deflect. We keep all of our units alive, which means that our Mustangs will get to clear out all the things. Of course, our Mustangs will die to their own fire, but I can live with that because, well, the entire enemy force will be destroyed by the fire. So that left flank is just an insta-win for us. The right flank, on the other hand, seems to be suffering a little bit, but not so much. The snipers aren't handling it. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Now, those tanks, they're quite thick. They're doing a great job of it. Oh, look at that. Every time the marksman fires, it spawns a crawler on the enemy side, which all the enemy fangs are stopping the deal with, which just slows down their advance that much more. It is beautiful. And once we get rapid-fire snipers, well, all those tiny units that have been gumming up our snipers and distracting them this whole time, all gonna stop just immediately. Alright, Assault Fangs, opponent might get that. Electromagnetic Blast just pretty much removes a shield immediately. Let's see, let's Missile Strike this group of Fangs here. We're going to, let's see, level 4. This might be level 5. This is a Parasitic Ammo sledge, so we will remove that. Need to keep our upgrades going here. I'm going to pick up the Rapid Fire Snipers this turn. I would like to not have my snipers hit by... This is 3,000 damage. These snipers actually do survive the missile, so I don't really need to energy shield those. The Mustangs, on the other hand, might just get missiled. So let's do this. Okay, we'll pick up the range upgrade here for these. And let's see, who needs a level up? I think we need something on this side because it's not been keeping up in the damage output as much. So we'll level up this guy. And EMP this group over here. EMP this group over here. Alright, we'll get damage, permanent damage, as well as permanent HP up. Although I don't really have units that need the HP. Looks like they are trying to missile this, but that's what the energy shield is for. We'll protect those. Excellent work. We sniped out those parasitic tanks there. And EMP'd all of these, shutting down their technology for a time. Beautiful. Okay, looks like we don't even need Stormcallers for this, although Stormcallers would be a reasonable pickup at this point. With those rapid-fire snipers, we get to see the complete clear-out of everything. Oh, now that's a lot of damage. I just love watching our entire firing line not move at all. It just stands there, just aims and removes targets one by one. Let's see, level 5 sniper. What's the highest level sniper we get up to here? Level 6. Let's turn that to the level. Oh, we don't have skill specialist. We can't level it again. Sadness. Okay. Let us see. We'll drop an energy shield here to cover this group. I like how I can put the shield so far back because, well, our units never actually walk forward. We have so much range that we're sitting in our spawn camping them. It's beautiful. Alright then, so how do we want to handle this next? The big thing we can have to look out for is a wasp switch. If our opponent just drops a whole bunch of wasps with energy shields, our marksmen are going to have a really bad day. Of course, Mustangs do pretty well versus them, but if they put them behind, then the wasps will come out after our Mustangs have mostly died off. So I gotta look out for that. I wouldn't mind getting some range on these just so they engage a little bit earlier, but it's really not that big a deal. More interestingly, I think we get an extra set of swarm here just to give our snipers extra time. I wouldn't mind doing 2 more snipers. Putting them just off the side here in center. Then another energy shield to cover them. And see, this marksman has 143 meters of range. It's beautiful. And then we'll just let it go. Save our money for next round to do something crazy with it. As we immediately bring down those energy shields. Yeah, okay, so this is Screaming Stormcallers is what this is doing. Did he get Mechanical Rage? No. I was going to say, just energy shield on those fangs so that the snipers can't do as much. Our Mustangs, with their splash damage, are still clearing out the fangs quite quickly, but not quick enough, it would seem. The sniper line is being breached, and we're going to take substantial damage here. Look at that. Oh boy. That's gonna hurt. We are pretty much full HP, so we will be okay here, but we cannot take another loss like that. Yeah, those energy shield fangs was the difference maker. Fortunately, we can cast Ion Blast and wipe out pretty much all of it. Level you up. Level 7 sniper. Great, great. Love to see it. Let's get a level 8 sniper in the process. Put our shields back where they belong. And get some Stormcallers in here. Stormcallers, of course. Great for clearing out fangs, which is exactly what we're going to use them for. In fact, let's commit a little extra firepower to these with incendiary rockets. This will cause them to ignite the ground just everywhere, which is amazing. Given this is likely to be the last round, we'll also buy out here, so now that we have 600 monies. Let's see. We're starting off in range of the opponent, so I'm not super into getting an additional range upgrade here. We can get no more units because we've already purchased the maximum amount of units. So really it's just more shields or sentry missiles. So we'll get bonus range on these guys anyways, and then an additional shield specifically for the parasite sniper right here. And then a sentry missile here, I suppose, just to cover it. There's the ion beam. It's going to cause some problems for us, but with all those shields, our big super sniper, well, our parasite sniper will survive, which is the important one. Unfortunately, it's going to wipe out pretty much everything else we have here, which is really rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. There we go. Burn it all! Look at those fangs burning to the ground as our snipers do whatever it is they please. Which is, snipe everything. They want to snipe everything. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the round. That's how you use marksmen. You sit them in the back with infinite range, and you just let them take everything apart. And remember guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest and greatest of strategies in Mechabellum. But for now, have a good night everyone. And I'll see you guys later.